Welcome to another episode of our 1500 horsepower Mercedes 190E Evo 2 build. We're currently building a version 2 of this car, making lots of improvements and changes, one of which requires us to take out the engine and the front end.
Tim, what are we doing today?
Well, we removed the front end. As you can see previously, Rob made a really cool splitter, which has allowed all of this to happen.
Makes for easy engine, install and removal.
So basically we're making, previously we talked about the steering stuff, so we're making a new crossmember and installing a new steering rack. So I'll show you what that is. Oh, ooh, fancy boy stuff.
Oh, that is nice.
We're back into Mr. Noodles because of this bad boy.
Hey, sacrifices need to be made for hot rod race car stuff.
So what wasn't there before versus that?
What is this anyways? Yeah.
This is just a standard sort of universal rack. And then this is race car rack. So this allows us to convert everything to Heim joints, which will obviously give us a lot more adjustability. Not that we're necessarily going to need it once we're setting up, but in reality, it's just way cooler.
Yeah.
That's it. Honestly, I can make all kinds of excuses. It's just cooler.
It's just cool, okay.
It just makes it easier for us. We can fabricate our own tie rods on the fly. It's just simpler, it's better. That other rack is butter smooth. It's so nice.
But that one going forward, in these other cars that we're doing with the motor swap, having how compact that is going to make it a lot easier, because this one we have opportunity to cut and move, do whatever we want, but we're going to have a lot more constraints in those cars. So starting with the smallest, best thing we can is, that's as good as it can get. We're not going to get any smaller, any better. So if that doesn't work, nothing's going to work.
Yeah.
And so you're also not just changing the rack, you're also going to be moving it a little bit.
We're moving it forward to improve, because this is a rear steer setup. So this is going to improve our geometry a little bit. Yeah. So now we're just getting super finicky just because we can.
Yeah. I mean, the opportunity is there for us to make it better, so we just are. And yeah, that other rack's going to improve on that. We're making a new cross member for it. This is kind of the beginning of what that is. So we're going to beef all that up, gusset it, add a lot of strength. Just basically improving on what was. So,
not that there's anything wrong with it. We're just making it better.
Yeah, we're just making it better because we can.
Yeah, because we can.
Yeah. The rear pivot points on either side here for the lower control arm.
Okay.
And you're kind of just out in space. I figured, why not tie it all into the main cross member, and by default we get like a secondary support for the rack and pinion mounts. So one thing leads to another, and this is kind of what I come up with. There's another tube to go on each side yet, kind of getting a little bit extra, but these ones right here will be in here.
All triangulated.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's probably super overkill and unnecessary, but
It's best to be overkill.
I think it looks dope, so
It looks pretty sick.
we're doing it.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with that, nice tight fit. Now we'll start shaping the little secondary tubes that go in here. So they're gonna be a little bit of a back and forth kind of thing. I don't know if there's any math or science or layout that I'm not aware of that would help, but I'm just gonna do it the old fashioned way. I'm just gonna eyeball it, take it over to the machine, cut it, send it. What do you think? You like it? It's your car, so you have to like it.
Doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck. That's about as
That's
about
good
as
news.
much as a pat on the back as you get around here. Classic Rob.
You made it
I
too
made
nice.
it too tight.
Too tight, yeah. Good
But-
job.
With a little persuasion,
You can do anything.
we did it. No, it fits so nice, but there's lots of angles and it just took a little extra.
Yeah.
I'm still fabricating the mounts for the rack and pinion, so I'm gonna get that going now. Now that this is set in stone, or set in steel anyways.
I see what you did there.
And yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. Because we're in here already doing the Crossmember, the steering rack upgrades, and a bunch of that other stuff, I'm kind of just, the snowball's rolling. We're following suit with the sort of the design theme that we got with the Crossmember, and I decided that I wanted to upgrade the engine mounts for this car as well. Because I mean, what we had in place was perfectly fine, but this is a 1600 horsepower twin turbo, you know, LS. So figured let's upgrade. I'm gonna triangulate the engine mounts.
So that's what it looked like before.
Yeah, so this is, disregard this because this is just like a brace for me.
Yeah, so you know
But
where
this,
the engine mount's
this is
supposed to
where
be.
what it was before, and it was perfectly good. Actually, here's the one side, which was just on there like that, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some more of this 1-inch tubing and I'm gonna essentially gusset from the Crossmember up to the engine mount, and then from that into the inner corner. So over here, what I mean is this is gonna come up to there. So that'll triangulate the Crossmember as well as the engine mount, and then from the same point on the opposite side, that's gonna go over to there.
Oh, wow.
So it's just adding a lot more strength to something that already existed, and it's perfect. As well as, so since I'm in there, I decided that I'm gonna plate this whole surface right here in, and I'm gonna eliminate some of the factory holes that existed from before. Purely for, like, really, I mean, it's a combination of form and function. I want it to look better. So I figure if I bend a piece of plate that I fully weld in there, this is gonna be a lot better looking.
Yeah.
But as well, it's gonna be a lot stronger. So when I do triangulate into that inside corner, it's gonna be super beefed up. And we already did, you know, a bunch of stitch welding to the Crossmember, to the main chassis rails and everything already. So it's just kind of, you know, let's just make it better than
Sending
what it
it
was.
further.
Yeah, just sending it further.
Yeah.
Because we can. I'm about to put the steering rack into the Evo for the final time. I did a little bit of in and out work, and I came up with a really cool idea to reverse mount it from underneath the car. So you don't have to like pull the engine out or anything goofy like that for servicing. So I just finished notching out my cross tubes, and the reason why I did that is on the rack here, I made these little countersink inserts for my tubing for these cap screws.
Oh.
So these are this is the mounting system that I've come up with for this rack. So
that is really cool.
It's about to go in.
You have a go.
Uh-oh. That's the wife.
No.
So yeah, we're gonna throw that into the car here right away and weld this up, and then that's basically it. After this, I'm gonna be making the lower control arms, so you're gonna wanna watch that.
Sick.
So the new Crossmember has been made, the new engine mounts have also been made as well, and the steering rack has been installed, and they all look amazing. And so the only thing that's left for us to do before we put the engine back is just the control arms. And so we're gonna be making tubular control arms in the next video, as well as installing the dry sump system. And then we're gonna put the engine in and we're gonna take this thing for a drive, which I'm so excited about. And definitely you're gonna see burnouts. And so with that said, if you are interested in seeing more from the Evo, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, follow us on all our social media channels, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.